Just short, just shine. Let's go. I just didn't.
All right, 6:30, having arrived, we'll go ahead and officially call the meeting to order. Is the meeting been properly posted and the roll been taken?
Yes.
Item number 2 is pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3, our approval of the minutes. 3.1, our approval of the minutes of the June 20th and July 18th, 2023 meetings.
Make a motion to approve the minutes. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 4, our communications. I don't believe we have any communications this evening, so we'll move on to item number 5, which are public comments. Citizens may address the chair at this point of the meeting. All I would ask is that you please limit your comments to items on this evening's agenda once for more than 3 minutes. Are there anyone that wishes to make public comments at this time? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to item number 6, which are reports of committees, boards, and commissions. Item 6.1 is the Finance Committee and the financial report. Alderman Solis usually gives that update. I know he couldn't be with us here this evening, so I would obviously just report that there are items, a number of items on this evening's agenda for action, and we'll get into further discussion if those come up. And the next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, August 8th at 5 p.m. here at City Hall. I would entertain a motion to approve the financial reports at this time.
So move.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 6.2, general operations, Alderman Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. General operations met on July 11th, 2023. The police chief report indicated that the department was doing great things in the community, and I felt one item was important enough to highlight. The city of Delavan's drone team was dispatched to the city of Elkhorn to assist with a crisis. The drone was able to relay surveillance to incident command center, who in turn was able to coordinate officers to safely remove children from a grave danger that was present in their home. A great job by our drone team. The building and zoning administrator's report indicated 6 new homes and 1 new business for the month of June. In business, we changed a few parking spots, and we added a few handicap parking stalls to the van show and around the city to accommodate the veterans and citizens with disabilities. The next GOC meeting is August 8th, 2023 at 5:30.
Thank you, Alderman Wilson. Item 6.3 are the planning commission update. Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Planning Commission met on July 3rd. A number of items from that meeting are on the agenda. The next meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 7th at 5 p.m.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.4 are public works. Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Public Works met to June 27th and today, just prior to this meeting. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, August 22nd at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.5, Town of Delavan Lake Committee Report. Alderman Beasley.
The Town of Delavan Lake Committee met on July 5th. The next meeting was scheduled for Wednesday, August 2nd at 7 p.m. at the Town Hall.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.6, Library Board of Trustees. Alderwoman Sen.
We met July 20th. We approved the schematic, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We approved the schematic design and authorized FEH to proceed into design development, and we welcome Joan Hay as our new library board president. Our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, August 17th at 5:30.
Thank you, Alderman Williamson. Item 6.7, Parks and Recreation Commission, Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We met on June 26th. We discussed the placement of a new storage shed at Condon Gardens, the Lake Comus shoreline restoration plans, and continued to discuss the dog park project. I'd also like to note a successful 4th of July fireworks show and the flag ceremony. It was a great day with the parade. And we meet next on, on August 28th at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you, Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia. Item 6.8, Communications Commission, again, that would be Alderman Solis that would give that update. I know that they did not meet since our last city council meeting, and I don't believe there's a meeting date scheduled at this time. Move on to item 6.9, which is the Delavan Downtown Project Management Team, Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Downtown Project Management Team met on June 27th. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, August 8th at 5 p.m. in the conference room. During the meeting, we discussed a number of issues pertaining to the wine walk, and upcoming brew walk. We also began discussion on formalizing some sort of event pertaining to the Christmas time of year.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Brian, did you want to?
I think since that's at the same time as finance, I think we're gonna have to move that to 7. Because I know we sometimes meet at 7, but I don't remember if it was specifically addressed at the starting time at that meeting. But yeah, there's gonna be, otherwise that's gonna cause a conflict for several members.
Sounds good. Item 6.10 is the Delbrook Golf Commission, Alderman Square.
He was unable to make it.
Okay, so we'll wait. I know they did meet on July 20th, and their next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, August 17th at 5 p.m. right here at City Hall. Item 6.11 is the Tourism Commission. Alderman Solis, who would normally, but I have to put you on the
Yeah,
spot.
the tourism committee, we met, thank you, Mayor. We met July 17th. Our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 14th at 5 p.m. We heard, we have a commercial that is out. Melinda from the chamber presented the commercial. I've seen it on social media already. She's been working really hard on the Visit Delavan site, on her analytics, everything. So she's, I think, doing a great job, and she did a great job presenting to us.
Thank you, Alderman Woodson. Item number 7 are issues that came before the Planning Commission. 7.1 is consider a conditional use petition to allow for expansion of the outdoor storage accessory land use north of the industrial manufacturing building at 2121 Hobbs Drive, located in the manufacturing general MG zoning district. Applicant James Kyle, for Kyle Holdings, Motor. Entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move to approve the proposed resolution issuing a conditional use permit to the applicant Kyle Holdings LLC for the property located at 2121 Hobbs Drive, in the manufacturing general MG zoning district, including the conditional use findings listed in the report, and subject to the recommended conditions of approval as listed in the report for outdoor storage land use.
Awesome.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 7.2 is consider establishing a storm sewer easement on the city-owned property at 215 North 4th Street.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move to authorize establishment of a sewer system, storm sewer easement over the eastern 100 feet of city-owned parcel at 215 North 4th Street.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 8, issue that came before the Finance Committee, 8.1, is consider the purchase of 2 2024 Ford F-250 water utility trucks from Ewald Auto and further declare the 2011 pickup as surplus. Chair, make a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to approve the purchase of two 2024 Ford F-250 water utility trucks from Ewald Auto at a cost of $88,915 and approval of accessory equipment from Knapheide at a cost of $29,317 and further declare the 2011 pickup as surplus upon receipt of the replacement vehicle.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sun.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.2 is consider the purchase of one 2026 International dump truck with plow from Lakeside International at a cost of $287,403.
Move to approve the purchase of one 2026 International dump truck with plow from Lakeside International at a cost of $287,403 with acknowledgement of the surcharge memo from International.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Sun.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.3 is consider the purchase of one 2024 Ford F-350 with a Western plow and lift gate from Ewald Auto.
Move to approve the purchase of one Ford F-350 with a Western plow and liftgate from Ewald Auto at a cost of $48,829 and approval of accessory purchase from Knapheide at a cost of $15,253.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing, hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sun.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.4 is consider the purchase of two 2024 Ford F-350s and one Ford F-250 Parks Department trucks and further declare the 2013 truck as surplus.
Move to approve the purchase of one 2024 Ford F-250 and two 2024 F-350 Parks Department trucks from Ewald Auto at a cost of $144,508 and approval of accessory equipment from Knapheide at a cost of $15,126 and further declare the 2013 trucks as surplus upon receipt of the replacement vehicle.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, and we have a roll call.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sun.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.5 is consider the police department request to purchase two Dodge Chargers, one Ford F-150 responder, and associated equipment from the 2023 budget cycle.
And I move to authorize the police department to order two Dodge Chargers and a Ford F-150 responder from Ewald Motor Group at a cost of $114,348. Allow general fire equipment to complete the required squad switchover at a cost of $30,615.66 and allow GenCom to supply radio equipment at a cost of $14,964.86.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sun.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.6 is consider water facility electronic programming upgrades from electronics at a cost of $103,642.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Sun.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.7 is consider declaring certain fire department property as surplus.
I move to approve a resolution declaring as surplus the listed fire department equipment.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item 8.8, our approval of the bills. Care to make a motion to approve?
And move to approve warrant 2023-06.
A second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item number 9, other business, 9.1 is consider a letter of support of a time extension for the temporary driveway to the Lake Lawn Marina on Highway 50. Care to make a motion?
I move to authorize the mayor to provide a letter of support of a time extension for the temporary driveway to the Lake Lawn Marina onto Highway 50.
There's a motion, is there a second? So I'm just gonna get a second, then we can have some further discussion. There is a second, I believe, so we'll have you attempt to come up to the podium. Thank you, Chief. And thank you for being here to
Yeah,
provide
no-
some.
No worries.
additional updates.
I thought I'd just give you a quick little update. Obviously, we've gotten the entrance in, the lights are ready to go. The electrical will be energized beginning of next week, and then it takes about 10 business days to actually get the lights functional. So theoretically, these lights could be ready to go August 15th. Just a little history, this project has been in the works for a long time, and so part of our issues were just getting access to the site. So we had a temporary access down there that we continued to use for construction of the roads. And then in 2020, we put the access down here for the boat launch. We applied for this. Our understanding is we had approval. This was during COVID. We started the process, then we found out we didn't have approval, ended up getting approval. So the gentleman we're dealing with at the DOT has basically said, I'm not gonna energize your lights until this is removed. Our concern is we obviously haven't done anything over here yet. So to get access, if this gets removed August 15th, to get boats out of here, we've got kind of a dirt road that kind of cuts through here. It's not really set up for trailers, it's not set up to do that. I kind of pleaded with the guy from the DOT, and he basically, his last email is, entrance, if this isn't taken out, your lights aren't gonna be turned on. So, this has not been an issue, I don't believe, with anybody in the city. It's got a clear view on either side, there hasn't been any accidents. And so I think his nose has been out of shape, and I'm a developer, and he just says nuts to you, and I don't have much pull. So I talked to Mark suggested that we come to the council and talk to the council. So that's our concern. We're gonna probably be here sometime in 24 through 25. I'll be honest, once we get here, even that temporary dirt road we kind of have through here, that's gonna be blown up. So literally, there's gonna be no access down here. I know the police department uses it. I know if there's an emergency, the fire safety would have to get down here. So we'd have to go back to the DOT again and ask for this for another temporary one. And so we're just kind of saying, is there anything the city can do to help us keep this around for the next couple of years? So
We're so far along with the stoplight that we want to get those activated as quickly as possible. So what's happening is people are kind of stopping a little bit, wondering if these lights are activated. They're all kind of turned on its side right now. So we do want to get that activated, but as Brian was saying, they want this closed off first. So our ask is to get the city's support and maybe a letter to the DOT, maybe from the mayor, if that is deemed appropriate,
to work with us on an extension of 2 years on using this temporary entrance down here to the launch, to the marina. One of the things that we want to do with this whole development is keep that as a public launch. And having it as a public launch of going through a construction site right now is not gonna be very conducive nor safe for quick response, for police, for, fire, for EMT. We even have one of the police boats, as you may know from the township, that keeps their police boat in the marina area. And to be able to get to it for quick response, I think it's the easiest down there.
I have a couple of questions. Is that temporary access paved?
It is not paved, it is crushed or pressed gravel right now. And knowing that it was a temporary entrance, we didn't want to spend the money on paving it and then have to rip it up in a short time.
That's something that we are currently using in terms of access. All right, thank you. And have you asked the town for a letter of support as well, so that they have continued access for their police and everything else?
We have not done that at this
Yeah, this
point.
was our,
First step.
this was our first step,
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, we did. I mean, we're
I would be doing.
in the city of Delavan, right? So, you know, that's the proper step to go and.
But you anticipate asking them as well?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I guess the problem that we're running into is just we've got this short window. And listen, I can still build if this isn't activated, you know, but I can't close on any homes until this is activated. Our first homes won't be complete until, you know, late fall, early winter. But to be quite frank, this is a nightmare right now. I think you guys all agree with me. You drive here, some people try to sneak in, we've tried to block it off. And so getting this activated, I think everybody in Delavan, the township, Williams, anybody who uses this intersection is gonna be thankful that we finally have a traffic light here. So I want this activated as soon as possible.
So in terms of a public launch, do you anticipate using that and having that operational for a public launch for 2 years? Or is that?
This is gonna be a public launch forever.
Yeah, I understand
Yeah,
that, but during this 2-year window,
Yep.
it's still a temporary entrance point.
Yeah.
Yes, it was still, sorry, to interrupt.
My concern is if it's gonna be used for construction and emergency personnel vehicles, that it's not properly maintained for a public launch.
It won't be used for construction. And we've never used it for construction. All our construction has gone through here. When we do this phase, we will bring construction traffic in here. We'll improve this site coming through this way. So this has never been used for construction at all since we've started the project. It's all come through here because we didn't have any access here. So all the construction traffic has come through here. That will be closed off. Once this is open, all the construction traffic will come through here. So none will be, I mean, someone might try to sneak in, but it's not set up for that.
I understand.
So there's been 2 temporary entrances. We're okay with removing the one that's up here. Because the construction would be coming through this area.
Yeah.
And this is the one we're looking for to try to get for another 2 years to get us to where we're building this, and then we have the proper paved access into the marina and that development.
And-
There's no utilities or anything that's
No.
put in down there.
Yeah, so this all has to be graded and, you know, all the utilities, water, sewer, storm will all have to be put in. And, you know, I mean, I don't know what pull the city even has with the DOT. I don't know if the DOT is just, you know, Lord and master over us all, and even if you guys plead with them, they'll just say nuts. I don't know, but I know they're, you know, he's basically shut the door on me, and so I figured this would be the next step, so.
Sounds good, well then, yeah, there is a motion and a second, any further discussion? Since you're giving a brief update, maybe you wanna just quickly share with us, and I don't know if.
Well, I got the mayor's house right here.
Yeah. Don't say that now.
I'm joking.
Um,
So everywhere you
But
see
how-
a red dot is sold.
the red dot, okay,
yeah.
so I can't quite see it, so that's what I was
We
actually
just
wondering,
sold-
how many houses?
Yeah, we
maybe
just
you
sold 24, so we had 27 homes in our first phase. These 2 are models, so we basically have 3 lots available right now. Everything else is either under contract or sold.
Are those accessible by the people that own them yet?
No,
So it won't be until that light is put in place.
Correct, yeah, just construction traffic is coming right now.
That's one of our
Yeah.
contingencies.
Yeah.
For the city approval.
Right.
So right now, if you see the work that's going on, the road kind of cuts up right here. So this, all the water and sewer is being put in right now. This will be paved, probably, by Labor Day. So these lots will be available this fall. We're anticipating another 5 to 10. We have a lot of interest in, obviously, the lakefront ones. So we anticipate having another 5 to 10 sold this fall. We've just had a great start to the project and, very, very pleased with the activity. We've been selling out of, Lake Lawn. They've given us a conference room. That's what we've been selling out of. Our models are complete now. They don't have occupancy until, we get this road in here, then, we'll be open up on weekends and for appointments, once we get the lake going. So,
Those alternative pathways, which won't be developed until they're fully completed, will they be accessible by the residents?
These pathways? Which pathway are we talking about?
Everything off to the side, this side? Yes. Is that something that the residents will be able to drive on or?
Oh, yeah. This will be, once we improve it, they'll be able to drive, and they won't be able to drive on it until it's improved, yeah.
Got it.
So everybody will come in here and turn this way. This is, our future marina building and pool. As soon as 30 closings happen, we'll start that. So this is gonna be started sometime next year, because we're gonna be pretty close to 30 closings by next year.
And we'll be coming to the planning commission and the city council later this year.
Yeah.
On approvals. and the setup of
We're
that.
working on the elevations and floor plans right now, and I anticipate this being built through the summer of '24 and available for the summer of '25.
Well, thank you for the update.
Yeah.
And, to me, it seems to make sense, so if the council authorizes it, and I'm happy to at least attempt to
Yeah,
keep the
and
lines.
I'm
of
more than happy
communication.
to forward Kevin Cronky's information, so you can get his his number and his email and contact him directly, and so we appreciate it, so. Great,
Good, thank you both again.
thank you.
There was, again, a motion and a second. All those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry. Brian?
Just wanted one comment, just to put it in perspective. I mean, I think we should support it and try to help them any way we can, because it's gonna make a mess otherwise. My understanding is the reason that possibly DOT is not being too accommodating on this is because the temporary drive was put in without permission first. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I talked about that, so that during COVID, we had all the applications in, everything's in, we talked to our engineer, yep, you guys are good to go, so we started. Found out 2 months later, oh, guess what, we actually didn't get the last piece of paper we were supposed to get, and then, we called them immediately and said, hey, we thought we had the permits, and then they said, well, you don't, but we're gonna give it to you, and I'm like, okay, thank you, but you're correct, and we're not hiding from that, just what it was. And if you guys remember 2020, communication wasn't the best in the world, and we thought we had it, and so you couldn't meet with anybody, so we thought we had it, and we were moving forward, so.
Just to let them know, that way,
Yeah,
it's
a fair.
I think we need to get involved in something like this, but we also need to understand that all of us, we need to keep our goodwill and capital with DOT as good as possible going forward,
I
because
agree.
we might need a real favor from them later, who
Yeah,
knows?
and if you wanna throw me under the bus, I'm more than happy.
No, I can understand because DNR, DOT, everything was really confused during
Yeah.
COVID, so yeah.
Yeah, so, and again, that's kind of where we're at.
I'd like to see those stoplights going August 15th.
100% with you.
Definitely needed.
I was out there twice today and cars were at a complete stop coming from the inlet because the solid white line is painted and they thought they had to stop, but they couldn't see the lights and it was a mess.
I think this makes all the sense in the world to move forward and give support for this particular project. Everything that I've seen is being done to city standards, as far as I understand. Everything that we had issues with have been remedied or discussed. moving forward. I have no problems with the way the Lakeland is conducting business, so I would be in full support of this sort of thing.
Okay. Thanks, everyone, and again, there is a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Item 9.2 is consider change of agent for Quick Trip number 1504. Is there a motion?
I move to approve Edward L. Reader as the new agent for Quick Trip 1504.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 9.3 is consider the mayor's appointment of Steve Conway to the downtown project management team. He would serve as a resident alternate for a vacant position that we currently have for a 3-year term. Is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the appointment of Steve Conway to the downtown project management team.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Item number 10, we're back at public comments. You may address the chair at this point of the meeting. And I would just ask, please limit your comments to once for not more than 2 minutes. We didn't have any public comments earlier. I don't believe we have any at this time. With that, I would move on to item number 11, which is suggested future agenda items. Are there any future agenda items at this time? And if not, I will say if there are anything that issues that come up between now and before our next meeting, I'm happy to address those. Just reach out to the city administrator, the city clerk, or myself, and we can certainly add those issues to the agenda. With that, we'll move on to item number 12, recess to closed session. 12.1 is pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85 parent 1 parent G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering a oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body which with respect to litigation in which it is or likely to become involved regarding the Lowe's settlement offer dark store litigation.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to recess to close the session.
Second.
There's a motion and a second.
The motion has to include this, all the language specifically.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parent 1, subparent G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved regarding Lowe's settlement offer dark store litigation.
There's a motion, I believe it was second. Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, is, may we have a roll call to go on closed session?
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beezer.
Yes.
The motion passes and we'll go on to closed session. We'll take a 5-minute recess. Before we do that.